I'll let you take the reins on this one, James. I'll just chime in every now and then.
Oh, okay. Well,
Da
I
da
believe
da.
it must have been October 20th, I think. And that was
Yeah,
Thursday, right? Pretty
yeah.
sure. Okay, so Nintendo puts out a tweet on Twitter, and this just came out of nowhere with no surprise. It's like, oh, stay tuned tomorrow morning at I think it was 7 a.m. Pacific, so 10 Eastern. We're gonna reveal what the NX is,
Oh,
and everybody's just like, "Excuse me."
that was on Wednesday
Um,
because the video came
that
out
was Wednesday.
Thursday. Yeah, so it was like
Okay,
Wednesday, like afternoon, evening, something like that.
okay, but yeah. So they give us that announcement super late, and then the next morning we find out that it is not the NX, it is the Nintendo Switch,
Oh
which
yeah.
blew up the internet basically.
Oh yeah, and for good reason too.
Yeah. So I watched the trailer again. They put out a little 3 minute video, pretty much showing what this thing is about, and I took little notes real quick, and I noticed that well, it's a portable system. It's a portable system with a console experience, if that makes sense. So it has console level graphics, on par with like PS4 and Xbox One, but it's a tablet, and you take it on the go, and you can take it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you have that, and then you can take it home, put it in this little like charging dock that plugs up to your TV, and you can pretty much play your game anywhere without having to stop, basically. And it's freaking crazy because it has so many like controller options as well.
Oh yeah.
So you have the tablet. The tablet pretty much looks like a Wii U gamepad, and you can take off the sides of the pad where the buttons are, and those things are called Joy-Con controllers. And you can like mix and match that in however many ways you want. And it's just crazy. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. And yeah, so there's that, and it has cartridges, little cards for the games, which I'm trying. That's interesting how that works because these games are massive. But it also has a kickstand in the back and a headphone jack. So take that, Apple. But yeah, it's just. I mean, we can keep having a discussion and keep talking about more stuff, but this is just. I was not expecting this, but this is a big step in the right direction for Nintendo, I think,
Yeah.
in terms of what they've got going on.
Another big thing that they did that to follow that up was they put out a list of like third party companies
Yep.
who were developing games for it. It was a pretty interesting list. Had Bethesda was on there because in the trailer they had footage from like the remastered Skyrim game, so that might
Yeah.
be on the Switch. Another there was Koei Tecmo, um,
Uh, Bandai Namco's on there too.
yeah, Konami, and I think one of the most Telltale Games, which I thought was interesting, and From Software. That's the name of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a part of Bandai Namco.
Oh, they are. I
Mhm.
did not know that. But yeah. So it seems like there could be like a Dark Souls game on the Switch or like Bloodborne or something like that, which would be pretty cool.
Definitely. Yep.
What else was there to talk about? There's so much stuff. 3 minutes of trailer just yields so much information. There's like oh god, fuck. I had a thought and then I lost it. Quick, James.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna interject when you were done. Um, so it looks like, well, first of all, they showed off a new 3D Mario, which is crazy. It
It
looks
looks
like it looks like it goes back to Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy, that kind of game.
it looks
Which, if
real
we got
good.
another one of those, I would be so happy.
It looks real good.
Yeah, and so we saw footage of Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon, which kind of seems like not so much that it's going to be backwards compatible with the Wii U, but there's going to be updated Wii U games on the system
Yeah.
because in both games there's content in there that wasn't in the Wii U version. Like Mario Kart has King Boo as a playable character, and Splatoon has new, hair options for the characters. So that it actually reminds me of a rumor that we got back, I think at the beginning of the year, where there would be a new updated Super Smash Bros, like a complete version with all the DLC. And if that's something that comes to the NX or the Switch, like that would be really interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a lot to take in.
Someone. Oh god, there was a press release the other day. Well, not a press release, but someone got a statement, and because people were like saying like oh it's probably like the stand probably like overclocks like the hardware, so like you can play at like 1080p like on the TV, and then like it'll like power down a little bit, so like maybe like 720p on the handheld like when you're taking it places like to save battery life. But it turns out that it doesn't do that. The dock is just to put it on the TV and also to charge the tablet.
Yeah.
So people are starting to wonder how that battery life is going to be, because I heard the battery life for the Wii U gamepad was not great.
No, it wasn't.
But like Nintendo's always been really really good about like battery and like their rechargeable stuff.
Hmm.
Like a DS will live for 1,000 years on a single charge if you don't use it that much. It's crazy. So what do you think? How do you think the battery's gonna be?
That I mean, I can't really tell because we still don't really know all that much. But I would hope. You see, I'm kind of worried because the whole system is running off of that little thing, you know.
Yeah. So like
So honestly, like the first version of the console that comes out, I don't think it's going to be all that great. But I have my fingers crossed that Nintendo knows what they're doing, you know.
yeah, yeah. It oh boy, I really hope it like lasts more than 3 hours,
Yeah,
because that'd be pretty nice.
because I mean, like this dude, the guy in the trailer, he takes it out of his house, goes on a plane, and goes back home, which I assume that would span like most of the day,
Yeah,
you know.
or even if it's just like a couple hours, it's like because
Yeah.
flights aren't that short if you're because like the kid looked to be like maybe like college age, and he was flying by
Hmm.
himself. So I would assume that he was flying somewhere like probably across the country or something. Fun fact: the entire video was shot in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to get into once you finish your thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say that like for it to last that long, like it would probably have to last for like around 3 or 4 hours for that to happen.
Yeah.
But then again, like the question is, will it last longer than that? Also, will we get like like smaller like charging cables, or is it only going to be like charging it like in the dock exclusively? That's
That's a
also
good
going to be a
question.
big thing. Because I have
Yeah.
it with me and like the battery starts dying and I can't find a save point, and I have to fucking like charge my shit, but I can't find a charging dock somewhere. I'm gonna be real pissed if this thing just dies on me. So I think like selling like a charger to go with it would be very very smart on Nintendo's part. Or even if it's just like a micro
Yeah.
USB charger, like that'd be fine because you can find a micro USB charger anywhere.
Hmm. But it sounds like they've taken lots and lots of preparation, leading up to revealing this thing.
Yeah,
Because we knew this was going to be a thing for like over a year, I think.
yeah. I think rumors started circulating about a year ago, maybe
Yeah.
a little longer. You want to say something
But
about Vancouver?
well, not specifically Vancouver, but you mentioned that the kid looked like he was in his like mid 20s, maybe early 30s.
Yeah,
But because I noticed the whole commercial was marketed towards people, young adults that are that age. So it kind of brings up the question, like, is that what they're aiming for, in that they're gonna have something else for like the younger kids, or is this just gonna be the big Nintendo console for everyone?
I think it's gonna be the
Because you
big.
know how. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because Nintendo has always been like, younger kids have always been their main demographic.
Hmm.
But this one, it doesn't really feel like that's what they're going for with this one. So it just makes me think.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have I think this is gonna be the console for everyone, but I think that they just
Hmm.
know that like they have the kiddie market on lock.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, yeah, like there's like Lego, like Star Wars and stuff that kids can play on like PS4 and Xbox One and whatever. But like, if you want to like get like good games, like good games with a variety for your kid to play, everyone knows the Nintendo is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like that's just like their thing. They have that entire market on lock. I think what they're trying to do though, like with this commercial, is get back the audience that they lost with the Wii U, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yep.
Because like I'm part of that demographic. I've had Nintendo consoles since I was like 5 years old. I had an N64, had a GameCube, got got a Wii, and then like when the Wii U came out, people either weren't impressed with it or like they were impressed with like, oh, I'll wait a little bit and get it later on, and
Hmm.
like a lot of people just like skipped that generation of console for Nintendo, and I think like they're trying to say, hey, older people, we can still make stuff that you'll like it can still be for kids, but like also this is dope for you guys too.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, the third party developers really help with that too, because it's like you can play your Dark Souls on here, you can play your Skyrim on here. We've got you covered if you
Yeah,
decide to come over here. So
there's a huge complaint with the Wii U was like there's no third party games. It's basically all like Nintendo stuff or like
definitely, yeah.
Sonic games. Yeah. Um, Something I thought was interesting. They have Square Enix as one of their partners.
Hmm.
So do you think that Kingdom Hearts 3 could maybe be on the Switch?
Hmm.
Because if it comes out in March of next year and 2.8 comes out in January, there's no way Kingdom Hearts 3
Yeah,
is going to
Kingdom
be
Hearts 3
released.
is not going to be out by then.
Yeah. So like I think that the Switch will be out long enough for Square to be like, yeah, we've known about this, we've been developing for it, here it is.
I mean, it's probably definitely something that they've thought about, because I mean, Kingdom Hearts is no stranger to Nintendo consoles, so
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see.
I'm hyped for that. That'd be pretty dope.
I agree.
Let's talk more about the different controller options because that was really this is like there's so many.
Yeah, you were talking to me about that a couple of days ago, I remember.
Yeah. So like it comes with like the Switch console, the dock, and like the Joy-Con controllers, which are the things that can slide on and off the tablet. And then you can buy a controller called the Pro controller,
I don't know if that's its official name, but that's basically what it is. Yeah.
and like it's basically like a standard controller that you would use, like whatever. It basically it looks like an Xbox controller.
Hmm.
And then there's you can get the Joy-Con grip as like an extra accessory, and you can
Yeah.
put the Joy-Con controllers into the grip and play it like with that, and it looks like kind of condensed, like it's not as wide, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
as the Pro
I can see
controller,
that.
but it still looks like it's a pretty comfortable fit. And then you can play with the Joy Cons not attached to anything. Like you can play it like freehanded, like a Wii remote and a nunchuck, but without a cord. You can put them on the thing and play it on the. It's just there's so much. There's so much. And then like how each one can like be used for like if you're doing like like co-op stuff. Each
Yeah.
Joy-Con can be used separately. I'm pretty sure they have like shoulder buttons built into them, like on the side. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like it's tiny. It looks real small, but I think this is like it's dope. It's dope. I'm excited.
Yeah. My only issue was with like you said, just playing with one Joy-Con by itself,
Yeah,
because my hands are not the smallest, so I feel like it's not going to feel super good when I play it. But I mean, from what they showed, it kind of seems like you kind of just have that just when like you're out with a friend real quick and you just want to play for like a couple of minutes, just have a good time real quick.
yeah.
And I mean, if you're just playing for a little bit, it's doable, but I definitely would not use it that way for like an extended amount of time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it's tiny. I saw some specs. I'm not sure. Like people were saying they're not sure if they're legit, but I think the tablet's supposed to be like 6.2 inches diagonal, so it's pretty sizable.
Yeah.
So like the sides are probably like the Joy Cons probably aren't that small, but like they're still not big enough for what Nintendo wants you to use them for.
Yeah.
What else? So do you think it's gonna have a touchscreen, or do you think touchscreens and like stereoscopic 3D are like in the past now? Like that gimmick is done. That is not the future.
I don't think that it's going to have touch capabilities, because it's not the Wii U where you have the tablet and your game on the TV running at the same time.
Yeah,
So if you're playing at home and you're only playing on the TV, like how are you going to do those touchscreen functions?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's got like motion capabilities either.
No. I mean, it's pretty much they're pretty much, taking what went wrong with the Wii U and fixing all that, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were saying like the Wii and the Wii U, like motion controls were kind of forced onto them, and they weren't really given the option to play any other way.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, it's just it's like they're taking all their complaints and all the issues that they've had over the years and fixing all that, which is good.
Yeah. So that's good to go back and correct your mistakes.
Exactly. They know what they did.
So since it runs on game cards and not on discs apparently, do you think that it'll be compatible with DS and 3DS games? And it'll just be like the 3D is not a thing? 'Cause it's kind of a gimmick and you don't really need it anyway, so like that's why they have the slider on it.
Hmm.
So do you think it'll be like you can play those games on it, but not like any old Wii or Wii U games? Or do you think like it's gonna be just like Switch exclusive games? What do you think? What kind of vibe are you getting?
I really think it's just going to be, Switch exclusive games. I don't think it's going to have any kind of backwards compatibility.
Hmm.
Just because, I mean, that's just how it seems right now. They could, the only way I would see that happening is if they kept doing a virtual console and put the
Uh,
games on there that way.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like they're not totally done with backwards compatibility. Like I feel like you're gonna be able to play like things like Sun and Moon on like this on the Switch. I don't know, man. I got a feeling.
Because I've also heard rumors, and I didn't want to bring it up because it is a rumor, but they said that there might be a successor to the 3DS also,
Oh,
but that's just speculation. That's not confirmed or anything.
wait, what?
But if that were to happen, then they wouldn't need that kind of backwards compatibility.
Yeah, but that also kind of like that doesn't really make sense.
Kind of defeats the purpose of the
Yeah,
console.
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. Because why would you have two, competing consoles from the same company?
Yeah, like the whole. I feel like part of the point of the Switch, like besides like getting people back on board and like pushing the envelope for the company, is also because like people like James and I have been buying like console and then like handheld, and then upgrading both like whenever the time came, for years, like for so long. So I think like combining the two into one was also a very very smart thing to do
Hmm.
as far as like marketing, because then you reach more people. You can get for people who like only got the consoles or only got the handhelds, you get to show like games that they would have missed out on. So it's like expanding your reach kind of.
Yeah.
And yeah. So something that I saw a lot of people talking about is potentially getting like a Pokemon game like on the Switch and having
Well, don't
like
you think Sun and Moon are gonna be on there?
I think like you'll be able to play them on there, but it won't be like a but they're not gonna be like Switch designed games, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But people have been talking about like maybe getting like a full scale open world like RPG, like kind of like a bit like Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness.
Like just a straight up console Pokemon game.
Yeah, but like with like the potential for like much more story. Like it could be like just like a huge like basically a Pokemon game, but like on steroids, essentially.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
And they basically have to because that's their only console. Like they can't do it on a portable one
Yeah.
if that's going to be their only one.
So do you think like whatever game we get for the Switch will be like amped up, if that makes sense? Like do you think it'll be like the bigger version of okay, hold on. I'm not explaining this right. Do you think it'll like be like the same like just like Sun and Moon would be, but just like with just better graphics and stuff? Like better quality like gameplay, but like the same length? Or do you think they'll like try and make it a bit more expansive, try and make it more of a legit RPG?
That's a good question. I thought about a couple different things when it comes to this. And first, I just want to address the possibility of Diamond and Pearl remakes,
Ooh.
because if those were on the Switch, those would probably be more in the vein of Sun and Moon, where it's still like the same game, just like, an overhaul on graphics and stuff like that.
Right.
But the next like new mainline Pokemon would probably be the biggest one that we've ever seen. And it's just absolutely huge. And I am excited.
I mean, if you think about it, for it to be like that big, it'd have to be bigger than like Gold and Silver were.
Hmm.
Because like those were the games where they were like, oh yeah, you beat this one region, cool, go back to this other one and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could do like a whole world of Pokemon.
Which is what I'm kind of hoping they'll do. Like I kind of want them to like raise the level cap.
You could do all the regions.
Yeah, and like you
I
can
mean,
like,
they might even have it as early as Gen 8,
oh man,
because I'm sure they already know about they probably knew about the Switch, months before it was revealed, so they might even be start planning for it right now. Who knows?
dude, this is gonna be big.
It really is.
People have also been clamoring for a Metroid remake, or at least a new game, something to tide the people over.
Something that's not Federation Force or whatever that is.
Yeah, like they're getting antsy. They're getting real antsy. But yeah, so what if you? Because we're almost out of time for this part, for this like segment.
Mhm.
If you could pick one game that is not like console exclusive that you would want to see ported over to the Switch, what would it be?
You mean like third party?
Yeah, like Overwatch or Dark Souls,
Um,
Beautiful Joe.
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, Overwatch, that's kind of a given because Overwatch is everywhere. But I think Final Fantasy 15 would be pretty
Ooh,
big.
that's good. That's a good choice.
Yeah,
Damn, I should have
that's
thought
my
of that.
pick.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Um, I didn't have an answer for this question when I asked it, but
Come on, man, you got to be on top of this.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm just really excited for Smash, honestly. But if I had to pick something, it'd probably be shit, man. I don't know. Goddamn. I'm just gonna say Overwatch. But then that'd be
Okay.
hard. But then that'd be hard because like you wouldn't be able to really play on the go because it's all online.
That's true.
Well,
That's something else to think about.
does the Switch have LTE or anything like that? Does it
Um,
have like a network?
I'm thinking just
Like,
Wi-Fi
no.
probably because like even on like a DS, like it's just Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but didn't I think the PlayStation Vita had some kind of LTE capabilities, didn't it?
Probably.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Who knows? Not me. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me put in my 2 cents real quick because
Yeah.
I'm not a gamer, obviously, but I like where this is going because in the past several years it's just been like you have Xbox, PlayStation, and then all the way down there is Nintendo because it's just like okay, you got Smash Bros, and that's pretty much it. Like as far as the really popular stuff.
Yeah.
But what I like seeing here is they're going to start getting all of the games that both Xbox and PlayStation get. So it's not going to be you have. It's just going to be they're competing over their exclusive titles now. So you're
Yeah.
going to get all the games that you could get on the Xbox and PlayStation, minus the exclusives, obviously, but then add on all the Nintendo exclusives to that.
Yeah. It's gonna elevate the game to the point where it's like, okay, which console has like the best like is Halo gonna be like a higher selling game than like the next Mario game? Like because the all ages factor thing comes in, but then Halo's also like a quote unquote better quality series. So it's like, I mean,
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
people love the story in the Halo games, what I think is like
I
the biggest
mean,
draw is for those.
I thought the consensus on Halo was that it was like waning in quality.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't keep up with
I haven't
Microsoft.
played Halo since like Halo 2, so I have no idea.
I don't know either. But it's gonna be real interesting to see like who comes out on top when it starts coming down to like exclusive like IPs.
Hmm. I think it might be Nintendo, honestly.
Oh yeah, because no offense to Sony, I love what they do. I love all their stuff, but their stuff is not the best.
And it's not as it doesn't. I wouldn't say pander, but it doesn't like lend itself to a broad art audience like Nintendo's games do. So
Yeah, like my Xbox games are very much basically all exclusives are just shooters, more or less.
yeah,
And then like one of the biggest complaints since like the PS4 came out was like there's not a lot of like good exclusive games for it. So people are hoping that things like The Last Guardian and Horizon Zero
Listen,
Dawn, stuff like that, will bring that
maybe
up.
I'm wrong, but isn't Spider-Man a PS exclusive?
Spider-Man.
2017.
The new one.
I have no idea. I didn't even know the. Oh, wait, yeah, that is a thing that's gonna be happening. I mean, like,
I think you're right about that, though, Garrett.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
but like the thing is like it's not out yet. So like up until like this point, people have been like PS4 exclusives kind of aren't a thing that we want
Mhm.
to get like that are out right now. So I think like unless like Sony steps their game up, I think Nintendo might win that one. Like
Yeah,
going
possible.
forward, it's exciting times.
Indeed.